The web has seen an explosion of multimedia: pictures, sound, music, animations, and videos. Modern web browsers support a variety of multimedia formats and other technologies, including Adobe Flash, which is what you're looking at right here. Let's go ahead and close this browser down. Other common multimedia formats and technologies include Apple QuickTime, Windows Media, Real Media, and Microsoft Silverlight. All modern web browsers have support for a number of these multimedia formats, either as elements embedded in the web pages, played back with the help of a media player, or linked to dedicated media servers. All this new media provides more design options, but also require design discipline. Unconstrained use of multimedia results in user interfaces that can confuse users and make it harder for them to understand your information. Not every web page, after all, needs to be bombarding their users with the equivalent of Times Square in impressions and in movement. But clearly, if you're careful and design things well, an interface like I have right here for playing and controlling the volume of music playback on a website is really a great thing for delivering your information and interacting and working with your users. The first internet browsers had support for text only, and even then the text support was limited to a single font and a single color and little or nothing else. Then came web browsers with support for colors, fonts, and text styles. Then the support for pictures was added. Slowly, things progressed with the addition of numerous plugins, codecs, media players, streaming servers, and the modern browsers that support all of these advances, so that today 9 out of 10 of the most popular websites contain some form of multimedia. In fact, things have progressed so far that some multimedia-rich sites like Hulu.com or Pandora.com no longer even resemble websites as we've known them. Support for sounds, animation, and videos are handled in different ways by different browsers. Some elements can be handled inline, that is, they'll play right in the browser. Some require a plug-in. Others require an ActiveX control or some scripting like JavaScript. Modern browsers can deliver multimedia files to your audience in several ways. You can link to an external media file, embed the file directly into a page, or stream the file using a media streamer or a web server. The method you choose depends on how you want the user to interact with your file. If you open up the multimedia.html file in the Work Files folder, you'll see examples of all three delivery methods. Perhaps the easiest way to incorporate a multimedia element into your HTML pages is to supply a link to an external media file and then use the ahref tag there, just as we did to link up to images, JPEGs and GIF images. So you might allow a visitor to click on a link and download a slideshow or a music file or video file. After downloading the file, the user can play the file in a separate window using the appropriate media player or program, or perhaps play it right in the browser. Different browsers, again, will handle this differently. If we open up this multimedia.html file in Internet Explorer, you can see the links up here. If we click on the link, Internet Explorer wants to download and save this file, not very useful for playing it back. However, if we open up this same HTML file in the Firefox browser, here is the file, and if we click on the link to the MP3 file here, it's going to go ahead and, notice, jump me to another page, but it will play back the audio file right here in the browser. You can hear that playing back there. It also has the QuickTime controller in this case. Again, this is handled by the browser and how you've got it set up. So different browsers handle this differently. Let's go back and to the original page here. Let's play the video file. And in this case, it also opens it up in QuickTime, and we'll start playing back the video. Now you can also integrate a multimedia file directly into your page by embedding the file. When the user accesses the page, the file plays as part of the page content as streaming media. With streaming media, the user can immediately start viewing or hearing the file as the rest of it continues to download. Adding streaming media to your page is similar to linking or embedding a file, but instead of referencing the actual file, you define a meta file that contains information about the target file's location. Here I have an example of a video file embedded into the page using the embed tag. Attribute source equals the target path to the video. In this case, I have a QuickTime movie in the media subfolder in the work files folder. I've set up two properties here, the width and the height. If we go ahead and preview this file in Internet Explorer, notice that it does embed that video right in the page where I can go ahead and play it using the QuickTime controls. Here in Firefox. Now, a wide variety of media formats exist on the internet to play multimedia in a browser. Typically, the user will need a plugin or media player. Plugins are specialized applications that work with the browser to play media files. Media players are separate programs designed to handle many types or different types of media files. So let me now move on to the next movie and review plugins and media players in more detail, and also review some of the more popular multimedia formats and technologies that I think would be useful for you to learn to further your web development and web design skills.